In July of 2024, Caitlyn's father came from British Columbia for a visit. He quickly dove into all the projects going on, and especially enjoyed spending time with all the farm animals.
Hello.
It didn't take him long to decide he was staying here for good. So he put into motion a plan to make a place for him to call home.
Oh,
Look at them all, Dad. Those are beautiful. Hey, you.
yeah, stay out of it.
Yeah, no, it's not for you.
We already had the construction guys booked and here, and a ton of work being done. So we added another project to the list. Once the road, garden, and hydrant were done, we started digging into our new plans to expand the building and prepare a place for Dad. It felt strange, because just last year, we had built this building pad and driveway up, and now we were ripping into it. But for good reasons. After getting the permits for the water and sewer hookups, we cut a trench about 5 feet deep for the water main to come over, along with the power line for a junction. This water would be fed from our well that we had installed less than a year ago, and we already had an upgraded breaker box for just such an occasion. And as life goes, there were several years in Caitlyn's childhood where she was not able to be with her father. So, it was time to make up for lost time. After some measurements, we made our best educated guess as to where the hookups would need to be. We then took a turn to the right, as this was not all that we needed to accomplish with this new trench. The plan was to install some more water infrastructure as part of the new corral makeover. But to get the water over there, we needed to extend the trench across the driveway and over to the watering area. The idea behind it all was to have a designated watering area close to the yard and the house so that I can see the animals frequently. Thanks to the road we just finished building along the west side of the property, I could start fencing access for Wallace and any future animals to be able to access the forest behind us. But by keeping the water closer to the house, I could keep a good eye on them as they commute between the forest and the water in the corral. Also, we noticed that a lot of locals absolutely love slowing down and even stopping on the road to try and get a good look at Wallace. I can only imagine that will increase as we expand our herd. With the trench finished, it was time to switch our focus back onto the sewer hookup on our septic system. Everything was going great, until the inspectors showed up.
Okay, so it came with
They had some sharp criticism for Gabriel, in spite of him offering a hand in friendship.
He didn't bite you too hard, did he?
No.
No.
Part of my strategy was to install a new piece of equipment, the watering post. This small pipe was designed keep your livestock watered in even the most harsh of winters, much like a frost-free hydrant.
And that is our watering post for future sheep, Wallace, and other animals. So you can go in to the top, push down on the plate, the water fills up the bowl and they drink. And then when they're finished drinking, the water goes right back down the pole, below the frost line, like a frost-free hydrant.
Just in case things didn't go as planned with the watering post, we took this opportunity to install another frost-free hydrant just in case we needed water supply, whether that be for livestock, gardens, or other farm-related projects down the road. With the water equipment and supply line installed, and the septic ready to be tied in, we began to fill this chasm running across our driveway. It's been a lot of fun to accomplish so much on these big and important projects. But closing out week 2 now, of everything being ripped up and moved around, there is a constant stress. We've put all our chips into transforming this place, and there was a lot hanging on its success. With the garden access road complete, the dozer was ready to help fill in the trench. It was also time to start carving out the permanent road from our driveway to connect it with the rest of the property. When designing how the road from our driveway to the garden road would connect, we had to carve it from a strong slope along the edge of the area where the houses would be. We wanted to maintain a parking area for Dad's trailer and still have room for the fenced pathway for the livestock as they moved from the forest to the corral. So we gave it a slight curve, giving plenty of room to each side. Now that the trench has been filled, packed, and smoothed out like new, we measured and marked out where the pad would be built up. We would be using sandstone and crushed rock to build up a solid and level pad. Now that we have the material here, it won't be for another day or so before the excavator can spread it out evenly. That will have to be for another episode. And while the truck came in bringing material for one project, it was leaving with fill and stumps from another. While all this was going on, I was hard at work felling the extra trees in the new corral area. They would need to be bucked up into 6 feet as well and hauled away. Our elderly neighbor was happy to get this wood for his winter fire supply. Once all the trees were downed and bucked, it was up to the excavator to load them up and clear them out, as well as pull out any stumps. While doing this, I also had him pull off the top layer of ground. We were constantly pulling up garbage and metal and broken glass out of the top 6 inches of ground. We had already experienced a devastating loss because of this development, and I was going to make sure that this area would be safe for our livestock going forward. This is all we'd be able to accomplish today, but I wanted to give you a quick visual tour of everything we've been able to complete so far. I can't believe what this place used to look like compared to now. It was just thick, overgrown forest. But now there's roads, there's a clear garden, and access to the back of our property that we never had before. It felt like the rest of our property had finally been unlocked to us, enabling us to pursue the potential we see in this land and the dreams we hope to accomplish with it. Driving down with my truck for the first time felt strange and yet powerful. I felt like a child who had just dumped his bin of Legos and couldn't wait to see what kind of creation he could come up with. Satisfied with what we accomplished today, we set out to rest for the evening, because tomorrow would be a new day with new projects and new challenges. So don't miss it on the next episode of Raven Willow Farmstead.